Today is Sunday, Parashat Chayei Sarah. In the parasha of this week, Avraham Avinu sends his servant, his trusted servant, Eliezer, to find a wife for his son, Yitzchak. And Eliezer, when he gets to the place where Abraham came from, he makes a kind of a condition. He says, if the lady that I'll ask her, it was next to a well, the lady that I ask her, please give me some water, and she said, I'm going to give you water to you, and also I'm going to give water to your camels. That will be a sign that this is the lady that Yitzchak should marry. It will be an expression of chesed, of kindness. And that's what happened. Right away, he meets Rivka, and she fulfills exactly the sign that he said. She was willing to serve him, not only to him water, but also to the camels. And then he brings back Rivka with him. But first impressions are sometimes so important. So not only was it the first impression of meeting Rivka, who makes that statement that she will be kind not to only give water to Eliezer after a long trek on the way to where he came, but also to the camels. There are other first impressions that make an incredible statement. When Rivka gets closer to where Yitzchak Avinu is, she sees him, and the pasuk says, "Vayitze Yitzchak lasuach basadeh." Yitzchak went out lasuach basadeh, and our sages explain he went out to pray mincha. The first impression that she has of him is a person dedicated to prayer. That was what Yitzchak Avinu was about. And truly Yitzchak was even going to be a korban. It was going to be a sacrifice by his father. And today, with our Bet HaMikdash, our prayers are instead of korbanot. So this is very representative of the essence of who Yitzchak was. He was dedicated to prayer. And mincha is the most difficult prayer to pray during the day, because in the morning, before you start your day, you go to Shachrit. At night, when it's already dark, you already finish your work day, you go to Arvit. Mincha is done either right after the middle of the day, or in the late afternoon when you have to stop what you're doing to be able to pray mincha before it gets dark. And especially as the winter days get shorter and shorter, that challenge is even more more applicable in terms of being able to stop what you're doing and going to pray mincha. So Yitzchak Avinu represented dedication to prayer. That's the first impression that she gets from him. As soon as she sees him, what does she do? She covers herself with her scarf. She's about to meet her bishert. She was about to meet the man that she will marry. And her immediate reaction is to fulfill the idea of tzniut, of being modest in clothing. And she covers herself with a scarf before she meets him, because what's more important than the physical appearance is, of course, the spiritual essence of the person. She covers herself. She had inner beauty, not beauty that you show by exposing more than is necessary in terms of how a person is dressed, but she rather covers herself to have that idea of tzniut. And that's one of the qualities that is highlighted just at that first encounter, at that first impression, that as she's about to meet Yitzchak Avinu. Then he marries her, but the pasuk says, "Vayivi'eha Sarah, ha'ohela Sarah imo." He brought her to the tent of Sarah, his mother, and he took her as a wife. "Vayikach ota lo leisha vayehaveha." He took her as a wife, and then he loved her. And here also in this pasuk, it indicates a couple of ideas, that after he married her, the love even flourished even more. Because true love, that is not just temporary, but is a long-lasting love, is a love that develops in a married life with the idea of giving to each other. The more a person gives, the more he has appreciation for the other. And that's why the pasuk puts it in that order. He took her as a wife, and he loved her. And Hachamim say when he brought her to the tent of his mother, there were 3 miracles that happened. There was a divine cloud that came back on the tent. There was beracha in the door. In other words, they had blessing in whatever they had in the home. And the candles stayed lit from Friday night to the following Friday night. And Belina will speak about those 3 miracles that took place tomorrow, Be'ezat Hashem. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.